Be in the center of the mat. Join your feet, join your toes. Quadricep muscles firm, front of the thighs back. Roll the shoulders back, trapezium downwards. Raise the sternum. When you stand straight, keeping the leg straight, raise the sternum region without coming forward. To lift the sternum, you should not come forward. You are on the heels. Bottom of the feet, from the heels to toes free. So you are not gripping your toes. Lengthen those toes and slightly the trunk back in such a manner, because the tendency of the trunk is to come forward. Utthita Trikonasana, hands near the chest. Bend your knees, jump and spread apart. Widen the legs. Take it 4 feet apart, or if you are tall, further a little apart. And now turn right leg out and left foot in. Open the side chest. Don't turn your trunk. Keep the trunk facing forward. Don't bend yourself. Move the shoulder blade in and raise the sternum upward. Then exhale, elongating the trunk. Bring the right side, right palm on the right ankle, right side elongating. It should not get shortened, and left arm straight up. Shoulder blade in. Back ribs in. Left arm straight upward. Open up the chest. Don't take at this moment the hand on the waist. You are taking the hand upward and stabilize that action where you take the buttock in and your bottom sternum opens in order to keep the trunk up higher. It should not bend. Move the sternum chest, make it tall, shoulder back, your eyes also open in eye level upward. Not to look upward, forward, eyes in eye level. Lengthen the sides of the neck. Lengthen the sides of the neck. And then turn your head to look upward, not before that. Then inhale and come up. Turn the foot in, right foot in, left leg out. Exhale. Open the chest. Again become tall at the sternum. Both the hands sideways. Sternum chest upward. You are maintaining the balance with the arms sideways. Exhale. Go in that line with the left leg so that you are not coming forward. Exhale and take the left. Because first attempt at least should be such, where you are having the movement of the limbs to understand the spinal balance. Because normally you just do it otherwise without thinking about the spine. The spine you have to suck in. Bottom sternum you have to open, that is connected with the dorsolumbar. Open the sternum chest. Back ribs into the body so there is no tilt. There is no drop. And sternum chest upward, the top arm high, ascending. Left shoulder blade in. Remain in that, because the tendency of the body will be to come forward. Watch that. Why your tendency is to come forward? So where you need to have the control is the dorsolumbar or the back floating rib. That back floating rib doesn't go into the body, so everything becomes crooked. Then inhale and come up. Turn the foot in, jump and feet together, toes together. Now front of the body is showing, this is the pelvic. So he has to see that this pelvic diaphragm rotates in that manner. This is the bottom rib region. You have to open in this manner and see that this chin which should not come. So elongate the neck. So eye has got a great thing to do there. If your eyes go digging to this sternum, see that is a small bend, but it's a big bend over here. You understand? This goes wrong. You are not aerating the diaphragmatic area. You have to see that this you aerate, this you aerate, and this you aerate. So this is the bottom rib region which has to be taken in, and you have to turn the tongue. Normally what happens, come up, when you have to go to the right side, now if you have to go, but first of all, when you take the hand on the waist, that's why I stopped you from hands on the waist. You first turn only this side, and then you want to go. You understand? There is a slight turn, which should not be. Then once if it faces down, it's worse than what he is doing. You understand? It's worse than, because then your buttocks come back like this. Now he shows the back. What I have done here, you understood? Show them how their buttocks go back. This is how they remain. Their hand remains up, and in spite of my telling, now when the buttocks once they are back, he cannot do anything here. If at all he has to do, he cannot just shift the body. He needs to come up. You understand? He has to adjust this. He needs to come up and then only. He can't shift. See, suppose if the buttock is back and if I say, hey, you are coming, he can't go like that. Because then dead weight is there on his outer thigh. Am I right? Dead weight is so much that he can't bear it. Obviously he said, why should I bear a dead weight? Let me be like that. Okay, no problem. But no problem for him. But this body has a big problem. Why don't you see that? That's why the body has a problem. You only connect yourself, the pain with yourself and say, oh, okay, no pain for me. So you are happy, no pain for you. But why don't you think about that body which is bearing dead load? So one day it is going to complain if not today. You understand? Come up. That is the big philosophy behind it. Who are you to decide? Saying that pain and no pain. No pain, I am perfect. Pain, then something is wrong. Is that the way to analyze it? Dina, if you cannot manage, go to the wall and go to the grill. Then go to the grill. Why are you in the center? Hold the grill and do it. When every time the body is coming forward, why don't you? I said, use the columns. Have I not said that? Have I not said, use the horses? Use the grills? So who said that all the time you have to be in the center when certain points you are not getting? Arm, it doesn't move. Many a time I myself do facing the trestle when the arm doesn't move. I need not give the history of my problem. But you should understand this. I cannot give the wall to everyone, is the fact. But those who have a tendency to move forward, those who cannot take their buttocks into the body, why not correct it right now? But my point was that buttock has to come inside, be in that line, don't go forward with the head. Move the floating rib into the body, move the buttock into the body, this is what I said. And these are the three areas closer to the diaphragms, three diaphragms in the body. And that brings alignment. Major part, three parts, at least bring some alignment. Then there are certain other things. In order to bring that alignment with the leg, your trunk, in Trikonasana, you have to do still further certain things. Do you understand what I said? So be honest in that approach. And the thing is available. Platform wall is available. This ring wall is available. Columns are available. That grill is available. This side grill is available. There are two trestles, 4 people can manage. Do you understand what I said? Do it. Trikonasana, hands near the chest, bend your knees, jump and spread apart. And now see, after jumping, somewhere the buttocks go back and the back pelvic region just ascends upward. Don't ascend. Roll it, that means buttock downward, anus facing downwards, pubic bone upward, legs straight. So tremendous lift from the front of the body is required for the buttocks to roll downward. Raise the sternum chest. Now turn the right leg out, left foot in. After turning, readjust. I need not give you a whole story again. You must find out. Are you going forward? Have you showed that tendency? Are all these three diaphragms one on the top of the other? Like a ladder you are lifting. Steps. They are steps of your body. Lift them the steps straight, upward higher. Turn the right knee, right thigh completely. Especially at the right root of the thigh, it doesn't turn. Everybody fails at the root of the thigh. So right outer thigh back towards the left, root of the thigh rotate, separate it in that manner, exhale and take your right arm down on your right ankle. Don't allow the buttock to project back. While going down, baga, buttocks kunache gele. If the buttocks have gone backward, come up slightly, move the outer buttock into the body, rotate the pelvic region, and then take your left hand up. Raise the sternum chest. Those are against the wall. Use that hand against the wall or against the column in order to have that rotation. So what you need the support, find out. It's not support means lean on that. Sternum chest upward, back ribs in. And turn the head in such a manner that again these three ladders, 3 steps of the ladder will not go wrong. Buttock in, navel, abdomen, rotate upward, shoulder blade into the body. That's all alignments over there. If your clavicles have to be aligned and open, shoulder blade, back ribs, All that will be involved. So activate that area. Find out whether right outer shoulder blade has gone in, whether chest has been ascended, whether lift has come in the bottom ribs. And nobody should forget at the same time the right outer thigh, because that fails. When you do on the right side, right outer thigh fails. Top. So top outer thigh into the body. Maintaining its rotation, inhale and come up. Then turn the foot in, jump and feet together. Now face the other way. Turn round. So left leg will be facing me. Bring that live, because groin opening, pelvic opening, rotation of the buttocks, all this, mostly it is forgotten when you are doing. You know, for the buttock region, if you touch this side, there is an indent. Buttock has got somewhere the hip goes slightly in, and the buttock is separated from that hip. You understand what I said? Look here. If this is this is buttock. Okay? This is buttock. Now this is the thigh. Now hip is sideways. This is not called hip. This is the buttock actually. This is the hip. If you touch here, there is an indent. And this indent belongs to the buttock, belongs to the thigh. This has to go back. You understand? From here, it has to go back. So in order to take this back, Vibha, this portion has to roll. This is what, for women, it gives problem. It comes out projecting. You understand? It gets caught and flesh projects outward. So having this indent in, you have to hammer this inside. This area you have to hammer. Now how will you hammer? When you are doing Trikonasana, suppose this is right leg is out and left, he has to do on the right side. This area has to go in. So it goes back. Now if this is the side he is going to do, so he has to see that this indent is back and this thicker side. If you all touch your thigh, you will know there is an indent and this is thickness. A slight below, there is a thick flesh to support your legs. Otherwise, the legs will be just one solid thing, which is not needed. Legs should not be never one solid thing. We have so many leg movements possible. We turn to the side, we walk back, etc. because of this. Only when thickness increases, this becomes problem. So this is the area like a pincer action has to go in. When you bend on that side, when he has to bend on the left, now, when he has to bend on the left side, now normally this thickness doesn't go, so he has to come up. That's why sometimes the rope is given to the patient. This portion, see here, indent, this is the indent, and this is the thickness. So he has to move this a lot, move that a lot. Go like, what happened there now?
There is a space.
It's a space, you get it? Yes. Otherwise this remains thick. So when you are doing Trikonasana, 10 times if you repeat, many things will come to the surface. That you do this and you are not doing this. You understand? Because normally he also will go forgetting this, because anyway the body goes. But this, if it has to go, come up, he has to have Ekagrata of the mind. The dull mind, stupid mind, everything has to now have potency to see that I am in here. In, hold it, in, hold it, in, hold it. Did you see his speed? He could not just go because his mind there, one pointed attention, in. Do you understand? Do it now. Left side. Hands near the chest. Bend your knees, jump and spread out. Touch there. First touch if you want to know, because many of them did not. Feet together. Indent, because somebody did it. So the indent goes backward. It has to be pulled backward. So to him also I was showing to take it backward. There is a depth. Next, just to that depth, there is a flesh out. Do you see that? And that is required. That part is required. You cannot cut it. You understand? You cannot abandon it. But that part should not become a hindrance. You got it what I said? It will be a hindrance. You have to move it in such a manner into the body to extend exactly the root of the thigh. Because you know this, extend the root of the thigh. Teacher may tell also, as I have said, you will go and tell, oh, all of you, root of the thigh straighten into the body. But it doesn't work. Exactly how to find out where you have brought the thinness to that thickness. Now come on, hands near the chest, bend your knees, jump and spread apart. Watch that, the indent and the thickness where it projects. It is needed part. Otherwise you won't be able to stand. Turn the right foot in, left leg out. Now touch that area, left where the indent is, and the area below that, slightly the projection is backward. Did you see that? Everybody touch it. Move that outer thigh. And that thickness you have to remove, that's why extend the arm while coming down, that area suck into the hip region back. Suck into the hip region back. The hip goes to the buttock. Hip goes to the buttock in that case. Hip goes into the buttock. Because it's very close. They are not very two separate parts. It's a part of the buttock. But still it's a hip. And that point has to be strong. That will be connected to the frontal groin if you observe. If your mind loses its contact with that, it goes back. Your one-pointed attention in such a manner that that remains active and that remains firm. It becomes thin by going in. You cannot sleep. No sleep in Trikonasana. So see that outer hip goes in that manner. And while coming up, moving that into the body, inhale and come up. And slowly stand up. Turn the foot in, jump and feet together. Come here, Dina. Trikonasana. Here, come here closer. Turn the leg, whichever. Where is that hip? Do you see her? This is the indent. Okay, now go downward. Where went the buttock? Where did it go? Did you see that is coming towards you? Now, for example, this is also for sciatica. The correction has to be from there. Now he puts the rope. Take the rope. Hold, Abhi. Wait. And now churn that side, her buttock. Churn her buttock. Churn. See, she is churning. I'm not doing anything. I'm just giving support. Do you see her trunk where it went? Otherwise, she's all the time like this. And go like this. Go like that. Follow her. You become young by 10 years. Move. Move like that. See her chest, how it opened. And now come up. Do you understand? Otherwise, how much it comes forward? That's why I said go to the wall. Now, how you go to, what do you do with the wall is another thing. Go to the wall means what do you do with the wall? She has to understand where it is not coming. It's not that keeping the posterior trunk to the wall and just do, or facing anteriorly you do. I won't give that solution. She has to find out how am I going to get this movement when I stand against the wall. It could be then back leg to the wall, front leg to the wall. So many things are there, isn't it? Angular to the wall. So she has to know where the movement is not coming. How am I going to get that movement? That is called studying. Studying oneself. How did it come just now when you pulled? Did not go straight body? So the arm has to stand on that socket, whether it's a bottom arm or top arm. Unless the trunk is in that position, how the arm will find its own position? Because we are standing, hands are here, we say, oh, my hands are in the socket. But when you go to Trikonasana, where that socket is, where the hand is, when the trunk is like this. Isn't it? So trunk has to be adjusted for the arm to be in the socket. You got it what I said? Do it now. Right side. What is that body tendency? First watch. It speaks. It tells you. You know the ego with the I-ness, when I say I am, and with that I, capital I, the ego will be more closer. That's why it cannot penetrate into the body. You have to take out that ego. Treat this, oh, this is my body, let me treat it. Let me understand that. What is its complaint? What is its pain? What is its doing? So look at it as a second person. The things will change. Whereas you identify yourself with your body. So watch your 3 diaphragms, how you are raising those areas. Now spread your legs apart, jump and spread. Right leg out, right leg out, left foot in. Now adjust those 3 diaphragms. Because first 2 steps I won't go slow. Those are near the wall, near the grill. Observe that lift of the trunk. Take your hands by the side, yes, touch that little finger to the wall and strengthen those arms. And now turn the right leg in such a manner at the root of the thigh. With your right hand you can touch, that freedom is given. But you can't just keep on the hand there and do nothing. There I lose my temper. And I get cough when I lose my temper. Right outer thigh, roll. The indent and the thickness. Vibha, you can have that, go closer to the column and adjust that right thigh. You be just with the left hand to the wall to get that right outer thigh. Same base stand. Same base stand. And now just have that support to see that how you can glue, how you can rotate your right thigh. Exhale, bring your right arm. Right outer thigh, roll it, rotate it. The fleshy area, the thick area. And for women, after menopause, that is the area which gives the trouble. Please understand. It pains. Night sometimes it doesn't allow you to sleep, especially when you go to the side. Because that time that area becomes slightly thicker than its usual position. So right outer thigh, move it back. And buttock has to be in. For the gents, it makes the body heavy. It doesn't pain as such, but body heavy in that area. So don't make that area heavy. Move that right outer thigh backward and into the body where that fleshy region is projecting. See whether you can push that more to the left side. Tighten, and there is a particular grip. When you move that right outer thigh back, go on doing it. You will know that the bone finds its place in the socket. Such until that bone end finds its socket. Suck in into the socket at head of the femur bone. Are you getting it what I said? Suck in. So work on that right leg. Move that head of the femur bone into the socket. And that is for osteoporosis. If you ask me the disease, inhale and come up. Turn the foot in, jump and feet together. Now the other way. That means if I had to treat the case of osteoporosis, you see it is a disease, perhaps nothing to do with the yoga, but I should know what I do in Trikonasana if that person has got osteoporosis. Now do it on the left side to know what is sucking. One is when the left side you are doing, left front of, because you are turning the foot, left front of the thigh goes into the socket and from the outer thigh it goes into the socket. Observe that. Those two actions make in Trikonasana to be free from that, are giving the firmness to the head of the femur bone when it's osteoporosis. Now come on. Jump and spread apart. Right foot in, left leg out. Now we are concentrating more on the left leg. So right, just keep it straight, that's all. Now turn that thigh with your hand, thumb to go into the socket. Yeah, sucking action into the socket. Front thigh, one thing, if it has to go into the socket, it moves back towards the window side to go into the socket. To your right hand side is the window. So to the window side direction, it goes into the socket. But outer thing will not go into the socket. So move that outer femur bone into the socket, where the thickness, as I said, below the indent. Now exhale, take your left arm. Having that, because that turns the root of the thigh, here rotate completely to go into that socket, understand that action. Otherwise, slightly also if you let loose, it goes back. And there is a more chance for it to loosen itself. It says, I don't want to do. The body refuses. It hasn't a big word to say no. But it just doesn't do. So find out if you really you have to rotate that. Move that in, rest of the body, how it, what route it takes, on what track it moves. But if you are left root of the thigh, from the back it goes in, on which track the body moves. Observe that. Do you know this is a different track? If you let loose that, if you just forget that, you will know that your body is thrown to the front. And that's why looseness comes. So you have to be completely going in. Those who are putting the hand on the brick, don't rest on the brick. The head of the femur bone has to work. Now inhale, sucking in that head of the femur bone. Head of the femur bone up, and rotation also happening. And then turn the foot in, feet together.